Everyone. Hi, everybody. Hold on. Let me do this thing so that you could see. Because you can't see me, can you? So, virtual camera settings. Erin, future Erin, please make sure you are there. Now, can you see it? Now, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cut that out, Erin. Edit. And we're live. Hello, everybody. Happy 420. You know what I thought would be a really great intro to this is if we did the It's Always Sunny theme song in the beginning, but then it like kind of like breaks down into like minor key and it's like kind of like spooky. I thought that'd be really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Thanks everybody for your support. Welcome everyone to Philly by Night, the most supportive coterie.
AKA the squad.
Kori and Emma are supportive. They can hang. Welcome.
Yeah.
How about we go around? Robbie, don't act so hurt. Why don't we go around?
Not hurt.
And everybody introduce yourselves. Nobody is high right now. I just want to make that clear to chat. What? Nobody.
We're not. Nobody's high. Aaron's right. Nobody's high.
I didn't say anyone was high. I didn't say that.
You know, that's the weird thing. Why'd you bring it up, Aaron?
Because I was acting like a silly goose. So I'm just letting you know that it's actually just ADHD.
Guilty conscience.
Okay.
That's just Aaron.
We're high on the attention.
Yeah. All right. And we're gonna go around and everybody introduce yourselves. Tell me who you are, who you're playing, and where can we find you on the internets. And we'll start with Chris.
Always starting with me. That's fine. Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I'm Lord of Hot Dog in the TTRPG Collective, and you can find me at 10 to My Flames for Instagram and Threads and most other things. Excuse you.
Start
that
over.
was disrespectful.
Anyways. Tonight I will be playing as Artem Morozov, the gangrel big boy. That's big boy gangrel. That's me. Big boy Russian gangrel. And I'm gonna pass it over to Emma.
Oh boy. Of course, pass it to me while I'm dying laughing.
Oh my god.
Hello, everybody. My name is Emma. I am the founder and the creative director of the Tabletop Tailspinners Network, a TTRPG podcast network that features marginalized creators and GMs in all of our podcasts. We also have plenty of podcasts out that I will talk more about at the end of the stream, and more coming soon, which is great. But for tonight, I will be playing Josette Pelnay, the Nosferatu vampire, and sire to Chase, whose player I will pass on to. So, Robbie, you go next.
So I'm Chase, who's a Thinblood, because he was turned a month ago. I think it's been a month time. So
Like
he's
1 or
pretty
2
new.
months, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty new to this. He's also an influencer and into like tech and stuff like that, and pop culture references in Gen Z. So he's very out of place here, and referred to the Baron as Emma Stone. No, Emma Frost. Emma Frost. Yeah.
Emma Frost.
So I was super surprised he survived the first session, and we'll see if he makes it through this one or not. And also, yes, Josette is his mama. Mommy. Sorry.
This is mama.
Sorry. Rosalind.
So I'm Kori, and you can find me on social media, Langsalt Chassis. I'm also in a band called Chainsaw Lassie.
Hey.
With a reverse there. And I will be playing Rosalind, and she is a Toreador. and she's very southern, and she's very charismatic, and she'll get you.
She'll get you.
She will
She'll
get you.
get you.
She'll bless your whole heart.
Your whole heart.
And yeah, if you like punk music, and like by punk music I mean like actual like punk music, listen to Chainsaw Lassie on Spotify, and they're really, really wonderful. Kori is amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, you're
Follow
about to
right now.
release a new song on Spotify, aren't you?
We are called Vampire.
I
And
love
it's
it.
a cover. It's an Olivia Rodrigo cover. So
Incredible.
it has nothing to do with this at all.
No.
Not at all.
And does anybody else have any announcements or upcoming projects that they want to talk about or let people know? Or no?
Tune in Tuesday for the Oops All Piano game.
Oh yeah,
That
3.
I'm a part of and remembered.
Yeah, yeah. If you didn't remember that Oops All Keanu was happening on Tuesday, don't worry, you're not alone. Robbie also forgot, and he's in it.
Don't slander me like that. You don't have any proof.
Thank you, Raffle, for the sub. Thank you. And I am Erin. I'm erinmylaundry on Twitch. I'm a cozy horror streamer and your storyteller for tonight and the founder of the TTRPG Collective. And if you don't know what it is, look up in chat for a few messages, and the link is there to the Discord. It is a really fun place for gamers by gamers in and adjacent to the tabletop industry, where we provide mutual aid and support and education and networking to anybody who needs it, because D&D is too big. And we, the underdogs, need stuff too. Anyways, are you ready to tell a vampire story?
Let's tell a vampire story.
Fuck yes. So
yeah.
we left off, our first episode was a bit of a flashback. And we left off with the coterie taking on a black spiral dancer. And just completely destroying her ribcage. And a couple of them, one was captured, one ran away, and another
ate
one.
one.
Yep, yeah, and
I ate one a little bit.
there was a lot of evidence probably left behind. Probably a bit of a masquerade breach if it weren't for the quick thinking of the Baron and getting a couple people on call to help clean up the crime scene in Fairmount Park. And after that, the Baron decided to keep the Thinblood around, even though Chase had been turned without her permission by Josette. After that, it was kind of quiet for a couple of months until the present day. I would like to know, Artem, what have you been doing the past couple of months since your mishap with the werewolves?
Artem has been waiting around to go home. I don't know what I'm doing here. Baron has not been completely transparent with me.
Don't forget about family night as well.
Apparently, we have family night now.
Once a week, there's a Netflix family night. We watch movies and shows and stuff. And I teach them about, like, everyone got a phone, like a new upgraded phone, and so we have game nights and stuff like that.
You got a new pair of boots, didn't you?
He did. Artem bought those boots all by himself using Google and everything.
Actually, Rosalind bought it for me.
Okay, well, small steps, baby steps.
Baby steps.
Was this in the chat in Discord?
It was.
That...
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, this might have been. Is Aaron in that other chat?
No.
I'm not.
Okay,
We should
We
add
have a-
them though.
I don't know.
See.
I don't know.
No, I love
feel
this.
like
I had no
some
idea.
things- Yeah,
This
we
is
have
great.
we have a
This is
little
great.
little role play chat.
No, that's
We
amazing.
do. Yeah, we have a role play chat where we're texting each other in a group.
I was like, I love this, like, you know,
character.
yes, and improv going on, and I'm like, oh no, this actually sounds like this is a Discord conversation.
Is this real chat? Is this real?
This is awfully specific.
So Artem, what are your thoughts about the masquerade being upheld? So, I mean, it's not really upheld super strict, it seems, since you all were able to get away with such a public massacre. Or do you have any fears of being exposed or having any sort of political strife happening in Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia, probably a little bit of concern. I only worry about my own freedom. That is all.
Do you worry about Rosalind?
Oh yes, of course.
And Rosalind, what were you doing the past 2 months besides movie night?
Well, you know, I got Artem some new boots. He's really happy about that. I kind of teased him a little bit about it. I told him I was going to give him some rainbow boots, and like for a second, he really didn't like that. But then I told him that it was just a joke, and then he finally got it. He can't really get. He didn't understand the sarcasm through text. He didn't really get that. Like he did get it for a second, but
To explain, when you put the smiley face on the end, it means it's not serious.
yeah, or what LOL means.
LOL. Yep.
But he's learning, and it's a process. But
I'm not currently laughing out loud. So.
it doesn't have to be literal, Artem. That's something that you need to learn. Like it's just like a little thing that we just do. You know, like it's almost like a gesture of that's nice that you said that to me. It doesn't even have to be like you're actually laughing.
I feel like Artem starts sending LIS laughing inside.
That really does seem like something he'd do. But other than dealing with Artem, I'm not dealing with. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Other than trying to wrangle Artem just a little bit, it's just been you know, just going out in the streets and being real nice to people, so I can feed my hunger.
When that happens, when you hunt for the first couple of times after your run-in in the park, it's almost, you can't help but think about like Artem as he changed into that sort of animalistic, just giant in front of you, and took out an entire body, just flattened it. And it's almost as if the part of the unlife of a kindred is grappling with your own humanity. But when you have these bonds with other kindred, as close as yours is with Artem, there's also the consideration of the humanity in others. What scares you the most about Artem and his rage?
Well, so whenever that first happened, that wasn't really very surprising to me, because whenever we first met, you know, he basically just took out my sire, but whenever that happened, I think to answer your question, I would say what scares me the most is, so I'm a person that if somebody, like, I only feed on people that I'm able to, like, I just, like, you know, I talk to them a little bit. I just, like, beguile them with my little wily ways. But what scared me the most, I would say, and I'm sorry, Artem, but this is just something that you probably need to hear anyway, is it, like, he didn't really know exactly who they were. And it just kind of scared me a little bit to just take somebody's life out just like a candle, just snuff that light out without even like considering like answer. Wait, honestly, I'm sorry, Artem. We needed questions answered at that point. Like we need to know, okay, why are you here? Why are you doing this? And we never got those answered. And I probably should have brought this up earlier, and I didn't. But now that it's being asked, it's out. It's out on the table. Like, that's all I gotta say.
It was accident.
Josette, you never intended to be a sire for a long time. And soon after turning somebody, you exposed them, essentially took part in, or some responsibility at least, in exposing them to the seedy underbelly of the Kindred of Philadelphia. Whether Chase was ready or not for that kind of life, wanted it or not, kind of is the whole concept of choice and free will, that once you are embraced, you have, that was taken away from you, and so continues the cycle. What do you have any regrets after this, over the next 2 months after this run-in with the guru? Are there any sort of, did you come to terms with this sort of ambiguous concept of consent until now, or is this something, a fresh perspective?
Well, I spent a lot of time feeling guilty after everything that happened. So, mainly because I did not want to be a sire, because I did not want to take that choice from anyone. And to have it happen so chaotically and accidentally to Chase was... it brought up a lot of old feelings, and I think she would have spent a lot of time essentially trying to make it up to Chase at first. Because while she had no recollection of that embrace, she hopes that he had the opportunity to say yes to it in the moment, and he doesn't really remember either, so that discussion cannot necessarily be had, or confirmed. But there was definitely regret there before there was an acceptance of this is how it is, this is how it happened, so we might as well make the most of what's happening now.
And as those thoughts are sort of lingering with all of you, through, little moments of bonding, with teaching Artem how to use a phone, having maybe voluntold Netflix and chill nights with the coterie, we focus on Chase. Chase, remind us again of your living situation. What is your... I'm going to assume that the movie nights happen at your place.
Probably, yeah. I think that he lives near campus, but, in decent-sized apartment, given the level of his sort of connections and his influence. He's not obviously like super rich or super famous or whatever, but I think he's well off given his talents and his skills and stuff like that. So he has, since the turn, been able to maintain his usual life, given his Thinblood and some of the abilities that he has. He still appears human. He can walk in the daytime and whatnot. So he's been trying to go through the motions, and if it wasn't for the way that things had happened on that night on the bridge, I think that this life would seem to have more perks and benefits than drawbacks. If I could ask Josette, how open with Chase would you be about those feelings of guilt and, what's been going through her mind?
I think at first Josette would have kept that. So like the first couple weeks after it happened, like there would have been a little distance. She would have been kind of silent as she was trying to deal with it herself. And then probably realizing that that's not something that she can move past necessarily on her own, would have confided in Chase about how she felt.
The thing that I think he has the most trouble with even now, that she probably helped him with as well, was taking a life on the bridge when he lost control. And I think that during this time of them helping each other and reconciling and you admitting that, I think that he would have started to try and hide the worries and the issues and the concerns and the pain that he has and focus more on the benefits of it to try and help assuage her guilt. And I think he also believes, whether it's true or not, I suppose it's probably still going to take some time to come to terms with, but I think he tells her that he believes that he consented in the moment, even though neither of them can remember it.
Okay. And I think that at least would bring her some peace.
Until one night, Chase, it's coming up to one of your weekly video movie nights. What movie did you all decide on watching?
I think that we are probably finishing up like season 2 of Stranger Things. No, season 3 of Stranger Things, which I'm really excited about because Hopper is in Russia. And for like since the beginning, he's been drawing parallels between Artie and Hopper.
And is it safe to say that part of the suppressing your own shit to focus on like how to help and how to be there for Josette, is it safe to say that you are sort of diving into the world of the Thinbloods and kindred in general, whether or not Josette is guiding you or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he wants to understand that that first night, especially now too, in retrospect, he understands how close to actual death he came multiple times, and being prepared, being educated, understanding the politics of everything. I think is very important, not just for him, but for the safety of the rest of the squad as well.
Excellent.
I don't like how you said that.
So, in this episode, we're not really going to follow all the rules because some of them are pretty vague. But we are going to tell a story. Can everybody give me a rouse check? And it's just 1d10.
Is this a good dice or the bad dice?
I mean, it's the regular dice. It's just to see how hungry you are at the beginning of your day.
7.
I also rolled a 7.
Okay.
Josette got a 2.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Fucking beautiful. Oh, how the dice tell a story. So,
I don't
Artem,
want them to.
Artem and Rosalind, you're fine. You start. I'll come back to you about how you begin your day before, or your night before you head over to Chase's apartment. Josette, you begin your night feeling the usual hunger pangs of a kindred in need of nourishment. However, it's not the hunger, and it's not even the beast calling for food, what does your beast sound like to you?
Josette's beast is very calculated and very demanding in the way of, this is what I need, give it to me now, or I will find a way to get it myself.
Okay.
And Josette has been able to hold it back before, but as she has learned, if she tries to hold it back for too long, that has drastic consequences.
Okay.
So there's more of a negotiation there between her and the beast than there is like a fight in any way.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing that strikes you as odd is that your beast is quiet despite being hungry. And it's almost like a presence that is watching you from behind, from the corner, and you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you feel the electricity of being watched, but it's not saying anything. And it isn't until you go about your night, the beginnings of your night, where it suddenly gives you a panging in your chest, like heartburn, but like a pulling. And it says, something is not right. And then it goes silent. And Chase, you have been dabbling in the world of the kindred, and you've been trying to see what kind of powers essentially you could have. You've seen what Artem can do, clearly. Josette has shown you what she can do. She's protected you with her own abilities, and as did Rosalind on the bridge. And in an effort to kind of get ahead of the game and take some burden off of Josette, you had begun to dabble in Thinblood alchemy. Can you tell me what your beginning experiences in alchemy probably looked like?
Yeah, I think he's still not great with feeding. He has to, and this is also probably more a mental thing where he's sort of tricking himself into being able to do it. But I think that when he has to feed, he tries to find ways to do it in ways where he's still, eating regular food, but with blood and whatnot. But he has to get it from like blood banks and stuff like that. He doesn't normally feed off of things if he can help it. And I think that doing it that way, he started to notice that certain types of blood gave him different skills or abilities or sort of powers.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing that I think intrigued him the most, because when he started talking to everyone about what they're able to do, he maybe recognized some of that in different ways. And he knows that as what he is, he's weaker than everyone else. So it was a curiosity to think that while considered weaker and less powerful, that he may have a way to access a wider range of abilities. And so I think that's kind of what really pushed him, was that this could be a strength that could be very valuable to everyone. And so then he started sort of looking into it, and I think found out about the idea of like this Thinblood alchemy, which led him to rent out a often like the middle of nowhere type deal, a storage unit where to the untrained non-vampire person would look at it and probably think like, oh, someone set up a meth lab in here, but it's not. It's a blood lab. It's a blood lab. I don't know how successful he's been with it because I, the player, haven't looked into that at all. But at the very least, I think that he has a bit of experience with now knowing that depending on the blood that he drinks, there's a chance he could access, at least faintly, some new abilities.
And with your relationship with Josette, do you think it's safe to say that if you had asked her for a vial of her blood just for, like, trying things out here and there, you promised you would be respectful and just, you're both academics, this is coming from a place of curiosity, do you think she would have said yes?
I think probably. I think it would have been very awkward because I think in asking for it, he's come to understand that can be a very personal and intimate thing, right? And probably the way that he asked wasn't just like, "Hey, can I have a vial of your blood?" And so that probably also led to that moment of like realizing that there might be there's still some very complicated feelings there. But I think that ultimately, even if it was just sort of like to escape this moment of like, oh, something's there and we're not really sure what that is yet because we haven't really talked about this, she might have at least just been, yes, take some and just let's watch the show or whatever.
Did you, Josette? Did you give him some blood at one point?
I think she would have. So she's well aware that Artem drinks from other kindred. And I think she would think, since she and Artem were both handling different sides of Chase's education. I don't know, Chase, would you have told Josette that you were experimenting with other things? Or
yeah, I think that he... No, yeah, I don't think he would have known this, because I know that the idea of Thinblood alchemy, depending on different clans or maybe generations, they look at it in different ways. So I think he probably would have brought up to Josette first that he's noticing this stuff, like what what happens when he drinks blood, and maybe gauge her reaction on whether or not he would bring it up to everyone else, like, hey, I can do this thing that maybe gives me access to more abilities that could help us with things. What does everybody think?
She probably would have suggested that you talk to Artem, because
yeah,
Artem is able to drink the blood of other kindred.
I think he would have brought it up to Artem in a way that's like, again, to sort of showcase this as like a potential strength. Like, I know that I'm inexperienced, but I do bring some stuff to the table that the squad otherwise wouldn't have. What do you think? Is this something I should pursue, and just kind of try to get his take and experience on it? I think impressing, not just impressing Artem, but I think that getting Artem's approval is important to him.
On this particular night, Chase, are tired. You're hungry. You still haven't figured out the balance between like a nocturnal life and sleeping during the day, and going to school has been a complete shift. You've had to completely change your schedule around. You're losing your human connections. You can go out in the daytime, but your coterie can't. And you have a sort of new set of obligations that you need to balance with your what was once normal life.
I think he's probably lost a lot of the in-person connections, and now is maybe relying more on, online sort of connections and stuff like that. You don't have to see people face to face. Right.
And you have been tinkering around with this alchemy, mixing things up. You connected with a few people who are chem majors just to see, and biology majors, to get some idea of how blood works when it interacts with anything else. And as you are kind of tinkering around, you see you have a vial that you've labeled. Everything is labeled very meticulously. You have a vial that you've poured out onto a petri dish, and your hand sort of pauses as you pick up one of Josette's vials. And you've never mixed two bloods before. It's never something that you thought you could do. Or if you should do. No one's told you. But what would happen, right? What's the worst that could happen? And with this pang of hunger with your rouse check that kind of washes over you, you've been dealing with what the others have called the beast. What does this new intruder sound like to you?
I think for Chase, I think being a Thinblood, I don't know that the identity, the personification of this is as strong as it would be for others who've been with it longer. So I think for him, it manifests as like this shadow that is just kind of always on the periphery. And the one time that it took over on the bridge that resulted in him taking a life, it's literally just like this monster in his mind. I don't think it talks to him in the same way, but it's just these really powerful and strong, terrifying emotions, and he is terrified that if it takes control, that the same thing is going to happen. He's just going to kill the closest thing to him.
And as that sort of hunger emits from your body and it sort of seeps down your arms and out of your fingers, this sort of like energy, this dark, shadowy energy, the peripheries start to cloud, this dark black, almost like you're fading out of consciousness, but you're very much awake and you know it's there. You look over at a window and you see in the reflection there's a shadowy silhouette behind you right over your shoulder, but you know that isn't actually what's there. It's playing tricks on you on purpose. It's teasing you. It's mocking you. And it always seems to get what it wants. The more terrified you are. And you've been terrified these days. You drop the entire vial. You spilled the contents of Josette's blood into the petri dish with the other blood. And you look down at it curiously as the two tones of red sort of mesh and swirl into each other, and you lift up the petri dish and you kind of turn it around to see the shapes it makes as it goes across the plastic, and it looks delicious. And the shadow behind you, you could feel it breathing down your neck. And you could feel it's like it has its hands cupping yours and beckoning you to drink the contents of the
when I feed, the shadow goes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd drink it then. If he doesn't have like any blood bags or anything else near that he can more easily get to, whatever it takes to get it away, he will do. Minus, obviously, if he can, hurting people.
You drink it, and it does go away. But so does everything else. Everything fades to black. And you don't even feel yourself collapse onto the ground. And Josette, that is when your hunger tells you that something is wrong. And you, at this moment, are with Artem and Rosalind.
And I think Josette's brow will furrow. Are either of you getting a bad feeling?
What are you feeling?
The beast, it's talking to me. It says something is not right.
It is strange.
Well, have you fed?
I mean, I am hungry, but not that hungry.
Well, do you...
And it's never said something's not right when it's hungry. It's just, feed me.
It's a mother's intuition.
Has anyone heard from Chase recently?
Isn't
You're
he...
supposed to go
He's
over
in class.
for the movies tonight, right?
Well, yes, but she's gonna take out her new phone, but she still only half knows how to use. And it's gonna take her way longer than it should.
Takes 2 tries with the voice command to unlock it for just to put the number in.
Mhm. She's going to she still hasn't figured out how to like work the contacts, so she just types Chase's number into the phone.
What's her background picture when it unlocks?
I
feel like Chase would have made her like choose something.
I think she would have picked a picture of Temple University because she doesn't know anything else.
Fucking college.
Like, I work here. Why would I not?
Of course.
I don't know what else to pick.
This makes sense.
This is what makes sense in the moment. Until I can find a first edition Shakespeare folio to replace it with, this is what I will go with. And it needs to be my own picture, not some random picture on the internet. But she would dial in and try to call Chase.
It rings to voicemail.
Josette would know that's not normal, right?
So it rings and then, hey, what's up? Ah, JK. Leave a message.
He hated those.
Chase, you really need to change this voicemail. Are you alright? I've got a bit of a bad feeling about something. Call me when you are not busy. Otherwise, I guess I will see you at movie night. And she'll hang up. But to Artem and Rosalind, like, she's still worried.
Well,
Like-
let's go check on him.
Okay. Yes,
I mean,
let's...
if there's nothing else that we can do and you still feeling real bad about it, then what other remedy is there?
This is fair. I don't want to hover. But
Well, a little hovering ain't gonna hurt nothing, right? And you don't gotta interact. You can just make sure he's fine.
We'll just look in his window. This is not weird.
Just a little peeking.
What did Chase call it? Do a vibe check?
I suppose a little peek won't hurt.
And he's not at his place, is he?
Oh, right. I'd be at the, what do they call it? The blood den? Meth lab? Blood
lab?
Are we
Yeah.
aware of the blood lab? Like,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at least one of you, or in looking into it and learning that some vampires like look down on Thinblood alchemy as like, an abomination or whatever. He would understand that this could be dangerous depending on who finds out that he's doing it. So yes, he would let everyone know where it's at.
Okay. So we would know to check there if we don't see him at his place. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to check there first?
Which is closer, his place or that place? We would probably check whatever's closer.
Probably
Yeah.
my place would be closer. I think this place would be off you know, I don't know what Philly is like, everyone. I'm from Michigan, so, you know, as far into the middle of nowhere as possible.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
okay. It's in North
Yeah.
Philly. So, yeah, it's probably if you're going you're going to pass Chase's on the way.
Okay. And that's what we'll do. We'll check
We'll
his
check
place
there
first.
first.
And then if we don't see it, we'll go to the blood lab.
Googling
Yeah.
what North Philly is like.
It's probably like Port Richmond is where
That's
you're going
a
to.
lot of buildings.
Yeah.
I don't smell him here.
Yeah, Artem, you have a particular talent with your nose, and you can smell if there are kindred nearby. What does Chase smell like for the folks at home?
Yeah. Yeah, Artem, what does Chase smell like?
That's hints of lavender.
Like a baby's bottom.
Yeah. Copper.
Copper tone.
There is copper tone and lavender. It's the best way to explain it.
Oh my god.
Axe body spray.
Axe
He's-
body spray.
Oh God.
The resonance of his blood is melancholic.
He had one girlfriend who told him that she actually liked Axe body spray, and now that's all he uses.
Oh my god. Yeah, it does not smell at all like Chase is around. It is very axeless, very lacking in malaise and melancholy. Seems like Chase hadn't been there in a few hours, maybe? At least.
He has not been here in a while.
Then he's probably at the other, the blood lab. Is that what he called it?
I think so.
His meth lab, I think, is what he said.
Oh.
As
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not much further. We just go.
Yeah. As you get, how are you getting there? Do you have a car?
Josette definitely does.
That?
I was gonna say they would have had lessons in how to use like Uber or Lyft, so
Yeah.
that's
Alright.
an option.
Josette usually
I think we
prefers
probably
taking
took an
subway.
Uber there,
Subway, yeah.
and then we're just kind of stranded at this point.
Rosalind, please order an Uber. Lieb of Moya, please.
Oh, I've been so funny.
You all get a very disgruntled, like college student aged person who has pink and green hair, a bunch of piercings on their face, listening to really loud, like bubblegum goth music as they roll up, and then as the window comes down on the passenger side, she turns it down and looks over and says, Artem?
Ah,
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank.
Artem always gets in the front seat. Like,
As your like broad frame squeezes into this tiny it's a two-door car, and like you have to fold the seat up for the others to get in the back.
oh yeah, you definitely get in the front seat.
Yeah. And she
What's
sort
her
of
name?
her name is Julie. And she sees that you all are going to Port Richmond, and she sort of like her hands on the steering wheel, and you see her hands clench, and she's like, all right, let's
What's
go.
wrong? What's wrong?
No, it's not your fault. It's just really fucking far, but it's fine. It's okay.
Well, it's all right. I can. Is there anything that we can do for you? Like to make it like we're pretty good company. I mean,
Sure. just enjoy maybe give me a 5-star. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's just potholes and this car's a piece of shit. It's okay. I shouldn't be complaining. It's a job, right? I'm making enough money, right? I can pay my bills,
No,
right?
wait, what's your name?
Julie.
All right, well, Julie, you know what? I guarantee you that you will get a 5-star review.
Thanks.
And so Rosalind, she's like probably like a little bit behind. She's like sitting in the seat behind the driver's seat, and she's gonna kind of like lean forward, like, you know what else? You're doing a really good job. I just want to tell you that, like, the way that you handled everything was so professional. And she's gonna kind of like, her eyes are gonna kind of gleam and like kind of look at her a little bit.
Are you using your presence?
Maybe a little.
Look at that. Using your presence to make someone
Rosalind can't help
better.
it. Rosalind can't help it. Just to make her feel good.
I think Chase really likes that about Rosalind, by the way.
Do you just have like, is it like awe or is it?
It's that Riz, Aaron.
It's the Riz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rosalind has awe, and also her charisma is like 4.
All right. That's fine. It's a free cost, so you're okay. You just add all of your presence points to any performance or persuasion roll, which I would say warrants for one right now. So why don't you roll manipulation plus presence, and this will go against her composure and intellect. I'm going to give you an extra die. Add one to yours because she's not having a great day.
Okay, so that would be a D10, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. So I rolled a 6.
How many D10 did you roll?
All of them.
How many did you roll? A 6, a 7, a 4, and a 5.
She only got one, so you're good. So yeah, Julie she hears that you, your words of affirmation, and her hands kind of like slack a little bit on the steering wheel, and her shoulders kind of roll back, and she kind of does one of these like stretching out her neck, and she says, "Man, I'm so glad you said that. I've been having such a shit day. My mom's an asshole. She was kind of telling me, you gotta get a job, you gotta get more money, you can't be freeloading here." And I'm like, "Mom, this is America. Like, I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna be here until I'm 45, and all this, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just really just such a drag, man. And I don't know what else to do. I have this, I've got it's Uber, it's Lyft, it's Grubhub, it's I'm about to just, you know, whatever, Rover. I don't even like dogs. I mean, like, I wish I could like dogs, but they don't like me. I guess it's because I'm too uptight. But this is nice. This is really, really, really nice. You know what? Fuck my car. So what if there's potholes in Philadelphia? Who cares? It's fine. I'll get you there. I'll get you there in fucking no time. I'm going to make sure that this is a 5. Less talking, right? It's okay. And she's going to, like, fucking book it. And there are potholes. The fucking streets, the infrastructure is for shit. So it's going to be a bumpy ride, but it'll be really fast. Chase.
Have I hulked out?
You're unconscious. You
Okay.
are... You don't know what you are. I'm not telling you what you are yet.
Cool.
You have been moved, though. You don't know you've been moved, but if you
Don't
were
like that,
you were
Aaron.
collapsed on the ground, and a couple. I would think that this is like a shared workspace kind of thing.
Probably, yeah. It's
And
probably like one of those outside ones, and if I was in the middle of doing something, somebody probably came by. It was either open a little bit or somebody knew that I was in there.
mhm.
Who knows? But
Yeah, there's probably like
somebody knows about the
some
meth lab.
there's probably some Thinblood who's like on rotation. A couple of them are in charge of like, you know, keeping up with the place, changing the toilet paper in the bathroom, kind of like keep it, yeah, that sort of like maintenance. And the two of them that were on volunteer shift have moved you to a more comfortable position in, however, the like a little side office. It's sort of like a makeshift office admin space and also like break area or like waiting area for while things are cooking, essentially.
Yeah, it's where we go to, either de-stress or have a good cry or nap time or whatever.
Of course. You are unconscious, and yet the only thing you experience in the middle of this void like nothingness is a shaking breath in your ear. It sounds like whoever is breathing is nervous or anxious about something or afraid. And it doesn't seem like they are purposefully breathing in your ear. It almost sounds like this distant, like on the other side of a door sort of sound.
Okay, I'm still unconscious. So is this sort of like dream-like, vision-like type deal going on? Just like my mind. Can I try to sense where it's coming from, I guess, or where I'm at?
Yeah, you can totally try. Give me... Hold on one second. I know what I'm doing. Give me wits and awareness.
That's 3 wits, 3 awareness.
And add,
With
make sure one of them
these-
is a hunger die.
Okay. Let's do you. Unswayable mind or resilience wouldn't play any sort of role here, would it?
No.
Okay. All right, my hunger dice is a 9.
Okay.
And then I got 3, 5, 5, 3, 6.
Unfortunately, the only thing that you get out of your attempt is that you are able to attempt.
Okay.
It's almost like your mouth has been erased shut and your eyes have been erased shut.
Can I... No, I think he'd be scared right now. I know that I'm not... I don't know that if he knows that he's not conscious, but I think just in this moment, sort of acting on instinct and some of what he's learned and what he knows he can do himself, I think he would try. I don't know if he realizes whatever that is aware of him, so I think he would just try to make himself invisible or as small as he can and try to use his obfuscate powers in some way to just make sure that whatever that is does not detect him.
Yeah, as you try to kind of do anything to get out of this, whatever this is, the breathing starts to go away, like kind of drifts off, but it also starts to like mumble, and you can't quite understand. It almost sounds French. It almost sounds like something like a language that you've heard Josette speak.
Okay.
But it's far away now.
Can he try then? Let's try, but I think feeling like what he did helped, that this thing isn't focused on him anymore, that he's made himself invisible to whatever it is. I think he would probably just start to think then about Josette and just wish that she was here.
Okay. Around this point, you three have Julie has reached the destination and has talked the entire time about all of her issues with her mom, how they used to have a good relationship. She was a teacher, and she always thought that she could she always felt inspired by her mom, and then there was a messy divorce, and then her dad went and got married to somebody who was maybe 4 years older than she was at the time, and she was a teenager, and she really needed her dad in those moments, but he wasn't around. And then she was always mom was always busy because she took a night job to support the kids, and it was just a whole mess, and they sort of went apart. And she's learned through therapy to forgive her mom, and that her mom loves her in her own way, but it's still hard to have the sort of what could have been and the what if of a perfect relationship between mother and daughter. And they were supposed to go to ABBA together, and they were supposed to see Mamma Mia, and they're supposed to have this moment of connection. And yes,
you should move to Russia. And then Artem's just gonna get out.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
Don't worry about him. He's from Russia. He loves Russia. So he suggests everyone moves there to solve their problems. But I'm very sorry you're going through that. Hopefully things... I'm glad you got help through therapy, and hopefully things improve for you.
Artem is going to go to pull the seat forward and rip the seat off.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, don't worry about it, I guess. I mean, and I need to clean out under the seat anyways, so you're really doing me a favor, I suppose. And also, I don't really like when people sit in the front seat, so it's probably better this way, that it's up there. And plus, if I don't have a seat in the front seat, then that's just one more reason for my mom to not want to be in the car with me. Every time she gets in there, she always says that the car is a mess and I should take better care of my things. So, she's probably gonna have a fucking field day when she sees...
Yes, it is. You are a very troubled child.
I'm 27.
he's just walking into the blood thing now.
I was going to say, Josette has already climbed out of the car.
Rosalind kind of looks at her, and she's just like, I really appreciate you telling me your story. I don't want you don't have to feel beholden to your mom if she's not there for you.
Thanks.
If you're trying and you don't feel that she's giving you that effort, at some point you have to realize what you're doing is a lot more than what she's giving you.
Wow.
All right?
You were the nicest person.
I'm here for you, sweetheart.
Oh.
If you ever need me, you can give me a call. And at this point, Rosalind pulls her phone out, and she's like, if you want to, and she, at this point, Rosalind's kind of getting a little flirty because she's starting to think that maybe she can use her at some point, later, down the line.
Oh, yeah,
to
absolutely.
get some blood. And if you ever need anything, you can always give me a call. Or if your mom's just being a real big bitch, then you can tell me your grievances. That's what I'm here for. I'm really happy that we got you as our driver.
Thank you.
So, and you know what? You're getting a 5-star review. I want you to know that. And you're getting a real big tip, too. And I really hope that everything works out for you. But if not, I'm right here for you, okay?
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna go to Russia, but I'll be around. I live in Brewery Town. If you ever want to come by, we can go get a beer or something, or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. There's a market there too. It's pretty fun.
How about you text me? How's that sound? How's that sound?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally will.
Yeah, you have my number now, so you just text me whenever you're out and about, and I'll come meet you.
Okay. Thank you so much. And tell your friend it's okay about the seat. Totally fine. It really doesn't matter.
All right, I'll tell him. I'm really sorry about that, by the way.
That's all right.
He's a real strong boy.
Yeah.
He's actually really strong.
Yeah, he looks like he works out.
He doesn't know his strength.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He definitely works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Oh, would you look at that? I have another call. I gotta take this one, and I'll text you.
Yeah. I'll look forward to it, actually.
And she's gonna wait for you to get out, and as the car drives away, you hear because her window's still down, you hear her go, "Holy shit!" when your tip goes through. And you are at the meth lab.
Do I smell Chase?
Yeah.
He is here. I can smell him.
Oh, good. It's in. And Josette's not really stopping. She's just going to find Chase.
Okay. I'm sure there's some sort of area where people sort of, it's Philly, so everywhere has sort of a welcome space, a little front lobby or area where you just kind of hang out before you get to work kind of thing. And you see two, you would know them as Thinbloods. They definitely are baby vamps. They absolutely reek of fresh meat, and they are just sort of talking. One of them has a thermos in their hand. Another one is checking a timer on his watch and sort of being like, okay, we've got 5 more hours on the one station and about 13 minutes, so we'll have that one ready to go. Oh, hey, we got people. Yeah.
Yes, excuse me. Is there a Chase Ironblood here?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Excuse me, I don't know if,
I think that depending on how social they are, they would probably at least recognize, or I would have at least told them probably at length about Josette.
I'm Josette. I'm his sire.
Oh,
Probably oh, you're the mommy.
You see that? I know. Okay. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Sure. He's actually sleeping. I don't know what happened. Shit. That it actually might be. It actually might be bad. You should probably come with us. Are you all together?
Zell Kotali.
Okay. Don't get mad. It wasn't us. And they go and they lead you to a side room. And you see Chase on the floor on his back, just white as a ghost, completely still, almost statuesque, stone-like. There's nothing. It is just solid plank on the ground.
What did he do?
You all know the signs of torpor.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Okay.
And this looks
I
very
don't.
much like torpor.
How did this happen?
The one guy who was looking at his watch. He's at the doorway, and he says, "I don't know, man. He was just doing his own thing. He usually just keeps himself over there. He rents out a space, and we were just hanging out over here, as we do. And then all of a sudden, there was a breaking of glass, and he was crumbled down on the ground.
Did he lose blood? What?
It doesn't
He
look
looks
like it.
He has not eaten in weeks. It is what he looks like.
Hey man, he wasn't like this when he was totally fine. I don't know. It's just he's not on drugs or anything. He's not like doing anything fucking weird. At least he didn't look like it when he came in.
Does he have any blood like on his mouth or anything from when he drank from the dish?
Yeah.
I'm going to smell that. And smell the blood.
You smell a mix of Josette's and an unidentifiable kindred.
Josette, this smells like you.
What do you mean it smells like me?
I mean, it smells like your blood.
Why would he drink the blood I gave him?
Perhaps the beast? You know, it calls when it calls.
Yes, but I would think he would know better than to feed off of
It is
Kindred
your blood and someone else's blood as well.
Who else?
I don't know. I do not know this one.
Why would he mix them?
And would we know of any way, if we're familiar with these signs, to like wake him up or what to do next?
Usually with Tarpor, they have to feed. But if he got this way from drinking, sorry, I'm metagaming. My bad.
No, you would know that.
probably
Artem would
watched
know
enough-
that.
Yeah.
You've probably also watched enough movies recently to know that sometimes a kiss from a princess wakes up a sleeping prince.
Rose.
Goes through Artem's head as he's
Riz.
leaning over him.
Of course!
Like smelling his blood, and you're like, "Mwah."
It's only a kiss.
Nice try, Chase.
Let's see. Josette, roll intelligence and investigation.
Okay. So intelligence is 3. Investigation is also 3. And one of those is hunger die. So it's a 9 on the hunger die.
Okay.
And then I'm looking for over 5, right? 5 or over?
Over 6.
For
6
successes?
or over.
6 or over, then it's only one other success.
Okay. You know exactly what Artem was saying in his head. You know that torpor is a very specific kind of sleep, very deep, death-like slumber. You can be awakened from it. You can drink. He can drink from you. You can drink blood of anybody to be awoken from torpor. But you also don't think that is what this is. There's no reason for Thinblood to even be able to go into torpor. You're not sure. Thinbloods aren't really as they don't really show up in those kinds of situations. But it doesn't seem like something where it absolutely is what it is. And you know that he just drank blood. And part of it was yours.
This does not look like normal torpor. A Thinblood should not go into torpor, period. And he just fed.
even if it was kindred blood.
Perhaps we try to give him normal blood. Thin blood.
What? What?
Get me a blood bag.
Yeah. They're in the fridge, in that wine fridge. That's not a wine fridge. Just any of them.
Ah.
He said give it to him.
That's where we keep the reds, by the way.
Aaron had a reaction to Kori saying that. The Thinblood is kind of like, okay, yeah, of course, sorry, I'm closer anyways. And he goes and he grabs a bag and he kind of like tosses it to you. Stepping back fully out of like reach of Kori, of Rosalind. I'm so nervous. Of Rosalind.
Cast your intimidate check.
Yeah, right?
And as he hands it to me, I'm going to hand it over to Josette. Here, give him this.
Thank you.
What try?
And Josette will open up the blood bag and attempt to feed Chase the blood.
Do you touch Chase at all?
Yes, so she would have, as soon as they were there, and like she would have been like checking to make sure he hadn't been hurt in any way. And I think she would have like her hand on, like sort of a reassuring hand on his shoulder as she's, as this is all going on, just trying to let him know she's there, even if he can't necessarily see or isn't conscious that she is.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you touch his hat, like you support him to try to feed him this blood, Chase, nothing happens on the outside, but on the inside, that voice, that shaky breath, and that like French muttering, kind of at triple speed, comes up behind you, rushes you, and completely encases your body. To the point where it's, you know how your own voice, you can hear it in your head, and it's like the way it sounds different inside than it does outside.
I mean, for some people, yeah.
This sounds like it should be your voice. This muttering is now inside of your head. And you also feel your mouth start to move, and your eyelids start to flutter open, and you can almost feel your fingers try to grip the carpet that is underneath your hands. There is no carpet in the warehouse that you were in. There's no sounds of a fireplace that you suddenly hear. There's no sounds of is that a carriage outside?
Is the muttering still sound like Josette, or can I tell that it's like French now?
It's a man's voice, and it does sound French, and it sounds like a prayer, and it's coming from your mouth. You were saying this.
Can I open my eyes?
As you open your eyes, you have two people looking down on you. There's an older gentleman and a younger maid, and their clothes look different. It almost looks like those reenactors that go down to Independence Hall every month, and their bodies are illuminated by a flickering amber glow from what seems to be a fireplace. You can smell the smoke and the something that had been cooking at one point.
Am I in control of myself? Like, can I lift my hands? I guess I think his first thoughts would be, am I experiencing this? Like it's, I don't know, like hallucinations, or is his mind has his mind put him somewhere where he's in control? Is he dreaming?
Well,
So can he lift his? Can I lift my hands?
do you try?
Yeah.
You lift them. They're not your hands.
But I'm in control of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reach up and touch the face of the maid.
Excusez-moi, monsieur. Please don't.
It's he pinches himself. Am I dreaming? Is this a dream?
You got hurt. You fell. Are you okay, monsieur? And she
No.
starts to help prop him up, and the gentleman says lift him up, lift him up.
I don't recognize either of them.
Mm-mm.
No. Why would I? No. Okay. Where am I?
You are in your home.
Which is in what city?
Vienna, of course.
Like the sausages?
Like the city.
Which is in the country of...
You must be joking. Are you joking?
You said I fell, right? I fell. So I'm I hit my head. So I'm just having trouble recalling some things. You said they also look like what they're wearing isn't like, vibe appropriate, time appropriate. Like
No.
you said, they look like okay, all right. No, okay, yeah, I've got to be dreaming. Water. I look for water.
Murray, give him a glass of water. And the French maid, she sort of like curtsies and goes over to. And by French maid, I don't mean wearing the French maid outfit.
Oh no, it's too late, Aaron. It's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
too
off.
late. I know what I'm picturing.
Oh my god, it's fucking.
Mhm.
I cannot.
So when I get the glass of water, I splash it on my face.
Monsieur, should we get the doctor? And the gentleman says, no need for a doctor.
This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. If this could be this could be an ability thing. No. Okay. If I was seeing a memory, I wouldn't be able to control myself. That doesn't make any sense. So this can't be real. This is a dream or it's a hallucination. Oh, it could be hallucination. I pinched myself. Does it hurt?
Are you asking us if your arm hurts after pinching it, Francois?
Francois, Chase pinches himself as hard as he can.
It probably hurts.
It hurts? What the? Is there a... Oh gosh, that's... is there like a role? Like if there's something I want to do that I know is dangerous and I don't want to do it, is there a role I could do to see if I could go through with it?
What do you want to do?
Well, you can't die in dreams, so he's thinking about going and like jumping off of something or just seeing what he can find to wake himself up in that regard. But the fact that he feels pain makes him doubt himself, makes him doubt that.
Okay. Roll wits and awareness.
This is 3. Awareness is 3. 1 blood die?
Mm-hmm.
Or no?
No, you're gonna have one.
Still a vampire. Okay. 114, 9, 10, and then a 6 on the blood die.
Okay. What do you look like on the outside as you are like kind of going through the options?
I don't know, Aaron. You tell me. I look like Francois.
No. What is your reaction to all this? Are you?
Oh, I think to them, I think they can tell like he's freaking out. Like
Okay.
he probably hit his head. If they haven't called a doctor, they probably should.
Mm-hmm.
He's clearly not okay.
Yeah. Okay. The gentleman that is there in front of you, he kind of notices you're starting to freak out a little bit, and he looks up at Marie and says, Marie, allez, it's okay, it'll be fine. Just outside the door, please.
When I speak, am I speaking in Chase's voice or in this guy's voice?
You're speaking in this guy's voice.
Okay, so I assume he also has a French accent, but I'm not
They
gonna
are
attempt
speaking
that.
French, and you are speaking
Right.
French, and you can understand fluently, and you can speak fluently.
Oh. He has like this weird stop moment. Okay. Weird. Normally I can only say things about how I'm a pineapple and you're a grapefruit. Gosh, I wish Josette was here. She would be so impressed. Are we in France?
Are you asking that?
Yeah.
As Marie closes the door, you see her shake her head a little bit, as she had already told you where you were, and the gentleman says, "We are in Vienna."
Which is in France.
It's in Austria.
Oh, it's not.
It's in Austria? We are French. You are French. We are in Austria.
I didn't know that they spoke French in Austria.
We speak
thought they
French
spoke
because we are French.
Austrian. Oh, I see. Okay.
And
Yep. No, I got it. Okay, I see where the disconnect was. All right, excellent. What year is it?
Francois,
Humor me.
it is 1814.
How much would I know about Josette's past?
She would have
Josette,
given.
would you have
him-
told me like where you've maybe lived before or like what year?
She would have told you that she was embraced in 1902, and that she was born in 1875.
Sorry, what year did you just say it was?
1814.
Okay.
So way before that.
That doesn't make none of this makes any sense. I'm okay. Is there a balcony? I'm gonna walk out of the room. I'm gonna look for stairs. I need to get to a second floor. I need to get to a high place.
Okay. As you do that, as you start to make your way out the door, you hear the gentleman stand up. He was kind of like crouched down on his knees beside you, and he stands up and he says, "Francois, wait!" And Josette, you are watching nothing happen. The blood's not taking. He's not drinking. He's not waking up. You, however, hear that Francois wait in your head, and you recognize that voice. But you haven't heard that voice since the turn of the century? Perhaps?
Oh no. Is this Jerome? Jerome? Aaron, what have you done?
Okay, Francois isn't waiting. Francois is walking out and says, "I need some air. Take me. Where can I go to get air? I need some air."
You we'll have to wait because right now we're looking at the unconscious body of Chase and Torpor.
Cool. Yep. No prob.
And
I think
we're going to go on a 5-minute break.
Cool.
And we will be
Cool.
right back. And we are back. And I gotta change the things so you can see me.
Your virtual thing.
Yeah. Okay. We are back, and the three of you are staring down at Chase's torpor-esque body. Josette, a very familiar but very old acquaintance, the voice of which you hear in your head.
I think the moment she hears it, she would just freeze. Not upset in any way, but shocked. This is a voice that she hasn't heard in so long and never expected to hear again. And she freezes for a moment and starts looking around, trying to figure out where it's coming from.
What is it?
I heard a voice. Etienne?
It's what?
Someone from back when I was in France.
Just now?
Yes, but I don't know where did you hear anything?
No.
No.
What'd they say?
They said, Francois, wait. But I don't know a Francois. And do I know a Francois? No. I don't know a Francois. And Etienne was an acquaintance. He was from when I was back in, well, back when I was a part of the Camarilla. He was a toreador.
Interesting.
What is he doing? Josette's gonna pause for a moment. She normally doesn't try to contact her beast. Mainly because that is... She would rather not hear from it than play verbal chess with it. But she is going to reach out in this moment and say, okay, this is getting very strange. And you knew something was wrong before I did. What is happening?
I want the Thinblood.
What do you mean?
Feed me.
He is not awake to say yes right now.
Not him. The other
yes,
one.
him.
And she's gonna look over at where the other one is standing.
He's still in the doorway.
Okay. She's going to sigh. If I do this, you will tell me what is going on.
Maybe.
You don't get to say maybe in this moment. Not with him on the line.
Well, that all depends on you, because I am you. Your insidious part, yes?
Fair enough. But I don't get played like that anymore, not even by my own head.
Prove it.
Tell him.
Tell me that you will... Don't tell me, promise me. I feed you. You will tell me what is going on with Chase.
She doesn't say anything.
Then we will both starve, and we will look like him. And there's no coming back from that. I know you have more self-preservation than that.
then your child will die.
You will tell me.
It doesn't say anything.
And at that moment, Josette does not want to give in, but her pride is not nearly as important as the person who is lying on the ground.
Aww.
And she is going to get up. And normally she's very awkward about asking to feed on someone. But she is going to look at this Thinblood and sort of try and employ a couple tricks from Rosalind and like gently take his hand. And you're like, I hope it's not too much trouble, but I'm a little hungry and I need to quiet my mind in order to concentrate. Would you mind letting me feed on you?
On me? And he like kind of like puts his hand back. You are a Nosferatu, and he is.
You didn't stop him from simping on her 5 minutes ago.
He is materialistic. He is, and also Thinbloods sort of have this. Some Thinbloods have this sort of notion, as they're taught by other kindred, about how the world works. Nos aren't always well loved. Nos sort of keep to themselves. Nos are pushed aside. They're kept secret, hidden. They live in sewers. They live in tunnels and subways. They hide. And that is just the way other clans think of them. So, despite Josette's presence and her soft voice and her kindness and the devotion she has to her child, another Thinblood, he suddenly comes to terms with what he's dealing with as a new kindred. And he realizes that this clan is that of nightmares from the others. The others taught him there's a reason they hide these ones away. And he sort of takes a half step back and he's like, hey man, I'm just here to make sure there's toilet paper in the John and there's fucking snacks for the ones who can eat. And, you know, the bags, if you're a bagger. There's bags if you're a bagger. Please be a bagger.
As, like, Josette facing him and asking for that and the way that he reacts, behind Josette, Artem is with Daunt staring this dude down.
Yeah. You don't have to do a rouse check for that, right? I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Daunt is free.
It's free. Okay. Yeah, he looks at you, and he is he's a short king. He's lithe and thin and can probably blow away with the breeze. And he's just, as soon as like he stops arguing with himself about you, Josette, and his eyes sort of shift over your shoulder to Artem. And
if Josette turns around, Artem will look away.
and he sort of like goes like, oh fuck, oh god, way in over my head. I don't get, there's no fucking benefits with this job. All right, you know what? Fine. Just don't fucking kill me. I don't know about how much y'all drink, or I've never met a Nos before. I
think Josette is discovering where his mind is going. And she is going to look at him and say, I am not anything to be afraid of, I promise.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that about your friend back there. That freaking. Okay, just, I don't want to look. Just get it over with. Shit.
And she will take his wrist, assuming that's where he would be okay with,
Yeah,
and she
that's
would
fine.
drink from him.
Ugh, God, it's weird. It feels weird. I don't like it. Okay.
And
Breathe
as
through
soon
it.
as he
Breathe
says
through
that, she will literally just take enough blood to satisfy the beast,
Mm-hmm.
and then stop.
Do you clean? Do
Lick
you
the
lick
wound.
his wound? Yeah. Okay. To
She
let
will
him
lick
bleed
the
out.
wound closed.
Yeah.
And
He fucking leaves. He's not even. He's just. He's gone. He's going to. He's gonna go take a smoke break.
He's supposed to
and-
provide snacks. He did that.
Next provided.
Josette does not seem happy about the situation at all, but will turn her attention back to the beast. And be, "There, you have eaten. Now talk."
What do you want to know?
Why am I hearing Etienne in my head? What is happening to my child?
What do you think is happening to your child?
I don't know. I know he drank my blood and now he's paralyzed.
But not dead, undead, re-dead.
I don't think so, no. He has to still be here.
You should speak to other Gnosses. Older ones, perhaps. Maybe those of the academic variety like yourself, but who are a little more traveled.
Okay. Do you have someone in mind? Because it sounds like you do.
If you're looking for old ghosts, I suggest searching for the bones of the past. Get into the heads of the ones who are no longer here.
So we're no longer here. And how do I do that?
I am you. I know only what you know.
Well, then I need to go speak to a Nosferatu. Someone older and wiser who might know the way to do that.
Bonne chance, ma petite.
Merci. And with that, she kind of sighs, looks back to Chase, and then at Artem and Rosalind. So, I don't know what's going on. It might have something to do with the fact that he drank my blood. Or what, but the beast, she suggested I go talk to an older Nosferatu. Someone similar in age to Etienne, who might be able to shed some light on the situation.
Older Nosferatu. I think I know. Dr. Ephraim Gloom. He's at the Mother Museum.
Then let's go.
Da.
But we're not leaving him here. She looks down at Chase.
Okay. I just pick him up. Just kind of fucking toss him over my shoulder.
Be
I do
careful.
not think they'll let us in
Artem.
Uber with a body like this. So
You pay extra, maybe.
we have to figure that out.
We can always take the subway. Well, that would be worse.
Julie's
Well,
gotta
he's
only
just
be, like,
sleeping. He's just nappy. That's all.
Yeah.
Storyteller.
Little nappy boy.
You know, weekend at Bernie's with them.
Julie can't be
Sunglasses and a
more
hat on
than
him.
Julie can't be more than 10 minutes down the road at this point.
Oh, that's right. We could call her.
But none of us would think to do that, I don't think.
Or
Unless Rosalind would.
did Rosalind think to call her?
I mean, you know, it hasn't been that long since we got here.
Do you feel close enough?
Julie was really nice. Did you like Julie?
Do you feel close enough to Julie
Did you like her?
to put a body in her car?
Well, listen, like I feel like she's like real understanding, right? Like I feel like she kind of get it. Like she knew we were going somewhere.
Artem also broke her car.
We did. I broke her
We,
seat.
it's a friend. That's like he's real drunk. He's real like he's got something going on, and we're there to rescue him. You know, we're the heroes in this story. So, give me a second. Hey, Julie.
Hey.
Hey, it's you know who it is?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
What's up? You wanna? So, like, you know, I know we just left, like, not that long ago, but we. So I have a little favor to ask, and I'll definitely put it in if you need me to put it in. But I can always, like, you know, Cash App or Venmo you the fare if you need to. But we got a little situation going on, and I just wanted to see if you want if it would be okay. Is it cool if you come and pick us up?
Yeah, I mean, are you good? It was a little sketchy
Yeah.
where he dropped you off, but like,
Yeah. So our friend, he was just real. So he got in with some like real bad people, and he maybe got into a little bit of he got into some drugs, and we're just so what I'm trying to say, he's passed out, but he's fine. You know, he's fine. And so we're just trying to get him home and sober him up a little bit. But he's like kind of passed out, and I know that like if there's anybody else picks him up except for you, because I know you're so understanding, and like I know that we're cool. Like they would be like real sketched out by it, but like I know that you would understand.
oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Like puke in the car is like no, that's like a thing with like the Uber drivers around here. We have like people that we flag, you know, like we have them. Like, hey, you don't pick up this person. Yeah, like yeah, totally.
And I don't think he's gonna have any problems with puking. He already puked. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's
he's
good.
just
That's good.
yeah. So like you don't got to worry about cleaning out your car or anything.
I got to
It's
do
just
it
kinda-
anyway, so it's not really like, you know, all that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I can be
yeah,
there in
well-
I'll be there in like 8 minutes, you know, like, and you
You
don't
know
have to
what?
call it in. You don't have to call it in because, like, you know, they take like a 3.7% fee or something like that just for taking it, and you know, it's
I'll
just
just get you the fare, girl. How's that sound?
I mean, I could
I'll
always
just like don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I already got you. Like, just don't worry about it. I'll just see a little bit, all right?
oh, yeah, totally. And you hear like in the background, you hear like as it like wheels, and she's like, oh fuck, and then it hangs up.
I got us covered, guys.
I hope so.
And like Rosalind looks over at Artem, and kind of like Chase is like over his shoulder, and he's just kind of like holding his little legs, and he goes,
You said that she had a small car, right?
Yeah, it's a 2
Yeah, that's
door.
what I was.
It's like a coupe.
And Artem's a big guy, and there's one less seat. Do not throw me in the trunk.
There's a trunk. There's
Well,
a
that's
trunk.
immediately where Artem's head
damn
goes.
We are not throwing him in the trunk, Artem.
How do you expect us to fit in this car?
If I have to, I will get in the trunk.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so like a few minutes go by and you hear the bubblegum goth music indicative of the arrival of your new friend Julie. And she pulls up and looks at all of you and rolls down the window and she's like, "Hey, I never actually got your name. I mean, it's only fair, right? I'm picking you up twice, and I don't want you to have to like feel like you're, getting in cars with strangers." And she opens the door for you.
Talking to who?
Rosalind.
Yeah.
Well, didn't I say that? Like, you can call me Rosie, sweetheart.
Rosie. Oh, you probably did. I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
just be making up an excuse to hear your voice. I don't think he's gonna fit in the back. Is he?
Well, how about this?
How knocked out is he? We can throw him in the
No,
trunk.
he's out. Like, I swear he's out. How about this? So, my friend Artie right here, he'll sit in the front. Like, I think that's probably the only place he's gonna be able to fit.
Yeah.
And then we'll sit in the back and we'll just lay him over our little laps. Is that all right? That sound good?
Yeah, that's fine. The cops don't care anyways. You're fine. Yeah, totally.
All right, good to know. Good to know. Thanks.
And as you all make your way down into South Philly towards the Mutter Museum, Chase, you, with the opening of the door, are looking for anywhere else to be at this moment. And there are stairs in front of you leading up and down. It's like you're on like a landing.
Oh,
and then
up.
there's
Yeah, up. We're going as far up as we can.
Yeah. As the car goes over all of the potholes, Chase, you are going up the steps, and you reach like the top of like a posh looking building. It's like a widow's walk area. It's just the roof is just a flat roof in this area. It's kind of like a little what are they called? It is a widow's walk. It's on the top of the roof. You see just plenty of buildings around. It looks kind of like Old City with the really beautiful brick, and there are some that have pillars next to either side of the door. There are some that have beautiful lace in the windows, and there's some that have everyone has, it's nighttime. Everyone has firelight coming out of their windows, the ones that are awake. It's a kind of rich area. You are confirmed the sound you heard earlier as some carriages go across the dirt road down below. You see men tipping their hats as they pass by each other. It seems to be just a normal urban area. Very early 19th century.
Did the man calling me Francois, did he follow me up?
You don't see him yet.
Okay. How high up am I?
It is the top of a 4-floor building.
Okay. I think he takes a moment to take this in. I don't think Chase has ever probably been. Maybe when he was younger, he's maybe been a little bit outside of the city here and there, but definitely not more than like a state away type deal, right? He's never really traveled. He's a Gen Zer. We like millennials, they don't have money to travel. So I think being in like a new place like this, not just seeing a picture, kind of stops him, and he just forgets his situation for a moment and just kind of gets lost in this sight, and has a moment where his mind goes back to Josette, and just has like this moment of like daydreaming of like, it'd be really nice to be able to travel and go see someplace like this with her and Rosie and Artie. And And then he kind of snaps back, and he's like, all right, this isn't a Marty McFly situation. He was him. I'm not me. Is quantum leaping a vampire power? Okay. He starts to stand up on the edge of this, the railing or whatever this is. He's like climbing up and kind of sitting on it so that his feet is hanging over the edge and he's looking down.
You see the door, you hear the door behind you open to Etienne. You do not know his name yet, the gentleman. Stumble up. He doesn't seem tired at all. He just seems like very panicky.
What time of the day is it?
It's nighttime.
It's nighttime, okay.
And
hey, Ziggy, before I try this, I'm just going to throw this out there. Are vampires real?
May of course. That is what I am, and that is what you will be. You know this, Francois. This is all part of the plan.
Can we quantum leap?
Quoi?
He'll turn back around and kind of like jump down off the thing. Time travel? Time travel? Is that when was time travel first invented? He reaches for his phone to Google this, and it's like, oh, that sucks. Ziggy, I'm not Francois right now. I'm from the future. My name is Chase. I'm a Thinblood. I was accidentally turned by my teacher when we had a wild night, and so she's my mom now. And I was looking into doing some Thinblood alchemy stuff, and I got some of her blood, and I was messing around a little bit, and I put it in other blood. And then like the shadow, the dark passenger that I had was really creeping up on me.
Enough!
And I
What is a Thinblood? What are you talking about? We have a plan. We don't have time for this. You are here for a reason. We are going to do the mission we are set to do. Do you understand?
Yeah. I just... Have you ever heard of another vampire waking up in a time in the past? Is that a thing that has ever happened?
Nothing is impossible, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Is there any sort of... Oh. Can I try and access Francois' memories?
How would you do that?
I don't know. I'm in his body, right? So I think that I was just trying to focus. I would try and concentrate. I have an insight dot. I don't know if awareness, I like mechanically, I don't know what the right thing to do here is. I don't know if like resilience or unswayable mind makes any sort of sense here either, but I think he would just take a moment to try and like try to center himself, try to just meditate, try to focus and just see like whatever is happening here isn't like his brain wasn't swapped. It's not a biological thing. It's he doesn't think this seems like magic. So he's just gonna try and just see what happens. I don't know.
You feel hands on either side of your arms, and it almost feels gentle. And as you close your eyes, it almost, whether it's because you want it to or because it is, it almost feels like the caring touch of Josette. And then you feel the fingers start to curl, and the nails are very sharp. Josette doesn't have sharp nails. And as the nails dig further into your arms, it feels like they are merging into your skin like a shadow. A very familiar...
Not cutting or digging, but merging.
Yeah, it's kind of like
painful.
seeping into your skin. It's a very familiar blackness of a very familiar acquaintance when you get hungry.
But it's not my beast.
It is. And it's sort of, the more you meditate, the more it kind of consumes you. And you hear in your head, this isn't right.
No, you're fucking telling me it isn't. This is your fault.
No. I'm alone in here. You're not in the body of a kindred.
No, apparently not. He said he's going to turn me.
Well, I guess I have room to stretch my legs.
What does that mean?
Oh, I could get used to this body. It doesn't want me to leave like yours does.
He throws himself off the balcony.
And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Damn.
That was a great cliffhanger. Thank you.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What fucking cliffhanger, Robbie. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You're gonna get me to give up my humanity? I don't think so, Aaron. I don't think so.
Oh man, how did you guys like it?
Very mysterious.
I told
That
you it
was
was
so
gonna be a
good.
mystery.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm
My-
so sorry.
What I want to I just want to find out how this is going to tie into everything else.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd like to know that too. I just thought of it today, so
You're like, good
They're way
point.
home
Good
like,
point.
what if time travel through blood?
yeah.
It
I
is.
Boy.
Yeah.
I definitely,
Mhm.
I was doing a lot of research into Thinblood alchemy, and I think because Thinbloods are so new, it leaves a lot to be like a lot open to interpretation.
So are you giving me permission to take like a dot in Thinblood alchemy then?
you can. I am giving you a free dot, and you
Dot.
also, so you can pick a level, any level 1, but keep in mind that I have given you checkout time. That is what has happened to you.
Checkout time, is that
Mhm.
a real thing?
Yep. It's called checkout time.
Okay.
And it
Checkout
is,
time.
you enter a deep torpor where there's no difference between you or a corpse. And it lasts for a number of nights written during creation. I think when you have control over this, eventually you'll be able to dictate how long you can be in torpor.
So is that's a formula that I have with Josette's blood and whatever this other one was?
Yeah, if you make it through this, you'll have that at the end.
Cool.
I don't like the if you make it through
Yeah.
this
If
part.
you make it through this.
As I
Yeah.
decided to jump off of a building. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
And then I throw
She
myself on the
dies
balcony.
in Josette's arms.
Aww.
I have
Yeah,
not
yeah,
cried
it's
on a
true
stream yet. That may change.
Me and the beast are not on good terms, and he was just like, I like this body a lot better. And I'm like, well,
I
guess
like
what?
this guy
Fuck you
better.
then.
Watch this.
Oh, Aaron, I just got an idea. I'm gonna DM you later.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Oh, poor Chase. The things I'm about to suggest we do to you.
I love it.
Oh,
I
no.
love it. So how is everybody? Everybody's okay? Everybody's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it. Yeah.
Good. Okay, let me
Can we
find
play tomorrow?
What?
Well, we can't because the other.
Oh yeah, the
playing
other
tomorrow,
Anarch
but-
team is playing tomorrow.
Yeah, what did they deal with? Because like I feel like us going from like Uber Lyft scenes with Julie to like time traveling
Everybody
Yo,
has
this-
Uber drivers. The Camarilla had
I
two
want you
in
to
one
know.
episode.
I am now taking very detailed notes. I don't remember a whole lot about Big Greg, so he's blank. But like I
You
got
mean
a
Big Gary?
oh, was it
Big
Big Gary?
Gary.
Big
Yeah,
Gary.
Big
Gary, Greg.
Yeah.
Big Gary. But I got lots of notes about Julie.
That
Not
is
that I was there, but
that is exciting. Julie is great, and I just made her up, so I'm glad.
is bubblegum goth music a thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Also, thank you very much for watching, audience.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for the subs and the follows. We had a few follows. We had a few first-time
Yeah.
chatters. Thank you so much to all of you. You're wonderful, and I am very, very proud of all of these coteries in this game, and it's wonderful. You all are so great, and I love it here. So while I find somebody to raid, I'm gonna go around and y'all introduce yourselves again and tell us where we can find you. And we'll start with Chris.
Yes, I am on all my socials. I am Tend to My Flames. That's on Instagram and Threads. And if you join the collective, you will know me as the Lord of Hot Dog. And that's
All
it.
hail.
That's all I got for y'all. Also, and a lot of other things. I'm also Vindorsa. Emma?
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Emma. I am the founder and creative director of the Tabletop Tailspinners Network, which is a TTRPG podcast network, primarily featuring marginalized players and GMs in our shows. You can find us at Tabletop Tailspinners, all one word in lowercase, on most social platforms. We do not have a Twitter, but you can find us pretty much anywhere else. And you can find our podcasts. We currently have 3 available. One Monster Hearts 2 podcast called All Our Faults, which is our fan favorite. You should definitely check it out. And we have 2 D&D 5e podcasts that I GM. One is a one-shot podcast called Improv Madness, where we make up all of the characters and one-shots on the spot. And the other is a long-term D&D 5e campaign called Chronicles of Kriath. That one's taking a little hiatus while we catch up on editing, but there are 59 episodes for you to catch up on in the meantime. So if you haven't started that, now is a great time to start before we get back into releasing more of that. And we will have another 5e podcast coming out in June called Magnificence, where you get to see me in the player's seat for once. And you'll find out about that character very soon as we start releasing some character monologues on our social media. So stay tuned for that. And
Amazing.
we'll pass it back on to Robbie.
Yeah, I'm Robbie, obviously. I stream over on my own Twitch, which you can find by just clicking on my name in the chat and going and following. We do homebrew streams. I mostly focus and play D&D 5e, but we review other people's homebrews for all sorts of things, like sharing advice and just sort of hanging out. We review other content and things like that. And that's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you ever want a chill place to come and hang out, I've been told that it's a fun time. So come join us.
And last but not least, we have Kori.
Hey, it's Kori. My social media is Lane Saw Chassis, but my main form of where I post a lot is my band, Chainsaw Lassie. And that's like on all the social media, and so that's where you'll find me the most.
Yay. And I am your storyteller, Erin, or erinmylaundry. And you can find me over at the TTRPG Collective. There is a link up top, a couple messages up to join if you are not a member. We would love to have you. And we are going to raid Dork Tales. They're playing Mage the Ascension, so I figured it was very appropriate to continue our little World of Darkness journey. So they're about an hour in, and this is a episode. Oh, can I raid? Is it ready? Okay. And it's about a few episodes in. So give them a follow. Be kind, and yeah, have a wonderful rest of your night. And I really appreciate you all. And I'll see you all tomorrow with the other coterie. Where they get into their own kind of shenanigans. Not a whole lot of quantum leaping, but you know, we can't all be time travelers. But yeah, everybody say bye.
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 Oh, bye. I'm looking up how much trouble I got myself in jumping off.
And we are
of a
raiding, and we'll just take another
four-story building.
second. And I think we're in there now. So I'm gonna stop streaming.
Yeah.